is taking a new meaning. As one of the most expensive times of the year approaches, Chime has released its Unwrapped survey, which reveals how Americans are rethinking the way they spend this holiday season. To help unpack the findings, best-selling author, podcaster, and renowned finance expert Patrice Washington is here to share what's topping wish lists this year and her expert tips for banking smarter without losing the holiday spirit. So, Patrice, thanks for joining us. What is the average holiday gifting budget, and how should people allocate it amongst family, friends, and coworkers?
Well, Neil, this season, the average holiday budget is $1,120, and people are prioritizing, as they always have, their kids and their partners. But really, what people want is to do something more practical this year and to really preserve their financial well-being. So you may not know this, but back in the day, people would say that giving cash was taboo or it wasn't thoughtful. But Neil, that's exactly what we're seeing. More people are saying, I actually want the cash. And not only do I want it, this holiday season, I need it. So we have 58% of respondents saying, I would love to get cash because I want help with my utilities, or half the respondents, 51%, say, I need some help with the rent. 44% are saying, I need support with paying down my credit card debt. So essentially, Neil, this season is really in the gift giving space about giving people the cash. They're saying, show me the money.
What do gift exchanges look like from state to state?
Well, in places like West Virginia and Georgia, we have about 70% of the respondents saying, definitely give me cash. But what I love is people are still saying, I want to create some memories. In places like Indiana, 84% of respondents say, I want a full trip paid for. I mean, that's not bad, right, Neil? A full trip to be paid for, or concert tickets. It's different across the board, but the average American, whether they are a baby boomer, millennial, or even Gen Z, expects to receive about $600 in cash this season. That's what people really want across generations and across regions.
Wow. What regional trends have you noticed throughout the country? You're kind of already giving us a few of those.
Well, in the Northeast, the average person plans on spending about $1,200. In places like the Midwest, we're talking about $1,000, just over $1,000. But what I really find interesting is this time of year, people start to ramp up how much they are checking their accounts. So 40% of respondents say, during the holiday season, I check it at least once a day. But in Nevada, Neil, they're checking it multiple times a day. 30% of respondents say that they are looking at that account morning, noon, and night, just making sure that they are taking care of their finances as they make it through this season.
So do you think that psychologically can hurt them by looking three times a day to your bank account?
I think that what people really need is to focus on using tools that allow them to bank smarter during this season. Because if you're getting those automated notifications or you're already automating your savings, there's really not a need to check it all day. But if you had the support of a good banking system or tool that you were using that would just let you know when those red flags come up or when there's something out of the ordinary, that you wouldn't have the tension of needing to do that throughout the day.
See, I'm an entrepreneur. What do you think the time of day should I check my business bank account? Should it be in the morning or at the end of the day? Because then you kind of react based on the day, based on what you're seeing cash flow wise is for your business and where you're going and how that day was versus some days where it's really good, where some days it's really bad.
Yeah, well, as an entrepreneur as well, I personally prefer to check first thing in the morning, make sure nothing crazy happened overnight, right, Neil? And then I usually will check again in the evening.
Wow,
Again,
twice,
just to be
really?
sure. I do. Yeah, because there's a lot of transactions happening.
Yeah,
And I do
truly.
agree with you, especially in the holiday season. We just want to make sure when, things can get off the rails during the holidays that we're all in line and in order.
Interesting. So I'll have to try to take that approach. I was thinking, well, if you have a bad day and you're like, I don't want to look at my business bank account because I got, a lot of clients about to pay tomorrow and it doesn't feel great, then your whole mood goes. So, but I guess if you make it a process to go in the morning and the evening and schedule that time to look at all your assets and everything. I think it's a great idea. All right. Any other tips on how to best allocate our holiday gifting budget?
Well, Neil, one thing I do want to say is that, the survey actually revealed that 41% of Americans are saying, well, I'll deal with the holiday budget, but then I'll recover in January. And I just really don't like that mindset. 41% say they'll cut back in January, but I say, why wait? If you can start to automate your savings and just really focus on having the best financial blueprint or practices now, we don't have to let ourselves get in a hole during the holidays and then deal with it in the new year. Let's just be more intentional about banking smarter and using tools like Chime's tools to really preserve your financial health and your financial well-being. We don't have to wait till January 1st. We can start today.
With all these tools available, automate. Anyone could be a person now that could, even if they don't have financial literacy, can do it with tools like Chime or AI tools that can really make your life easier. It
Yeah,
really
I
can.
want you to go into the new year clear and confident. So we want to start now. We don't have to wait until January 1st, 2026. We can start now.
All right. So for more information, they can go to chime-holiday.com. Is that correct?
Absolutely. And you can find insights on your region, your area from the Unwrapped survey.
All right. Thank you so much. Take care. You're
Thanks, Neil.
listening and watching The Neil Haley Show, and we'll be back in just a moment.